that, it's in fact time to march to our next segment for the day, that is Solutions for ISPs by Microscan. And for the same, we have a fantastic speaker with us, Shri Sandeep Donde. Can we have a louder round of applause for him? The founder and managing director of Microscan Computers. In 1999, he founded Microscan Computers Private Limited as a system integrator and turned it into a premium dark fiber optic leasing company with extensive fiber coverage in Mumbai and Pune.
Right. So I started this company in year 2000, and earlier I was just a infrastructure provider like fiber optics and all those kind of stuff. And then I graduated to ISP and then to NLD, from the service provider to service provider. And then now we are like I call myself as a solution provider rather than a service provider. You know, being an ISP, I know what are the pain points of the ISP today. One is, how can Microscan help for all the ISPs? Is it that the churn happening to every ISP is because of the quality of service, or is it because of lack of technical knowledge, or is it because of you don't have a vast solution to compete with tier 1 operators? So the answer is, you have best of the network, you have best of the FTTX, you have best of the Apricoms of the world and the Tejas of the world, but you do not have a value-added services. The customer will churn right, left, and right because you don't have any value-added services what the first tier operators are giving, like the OTT bundle application. So this is the first point what I'm going to address, is how ISP can bundle the OTT apps as a value-added service to give to the end customers. So that becomes a plus point to compete with all the big players. This is the first point which I'm going to address. This is our OTT aggregation app called as Playbox TV, where this is basically a platform which gives you an entire free-to-air channels, entire free-to-air OTTs. We have already integrated more than 27 OTT apps on this. And also, these are the certain tools which you can bundle with your ISP pack. And wherever you bundle the ISP pack, you bundle with the ISP pack, you are competing directly, you are having a good value-added services to have a stickiness. So once you have a stickiness saying that this is the value-added services I also can give, whereas Jio is giving, Airtel is giving, Tata Sky is giving, why a smaller ISP cannot give? So the smaller ISPs also can bundle the OTT apps, where all the OTT apps are present here. You name the smaller app, regional apps, we already have those regional apps, and you can bundle it with your internet pack. All the the CRMs has been integrated with this OTT app, like Lock2Space, H8, all these, big, all your whatever the AAA kind of a stuff, it is already been integrated. So what you need to do is, you just select a pack, integrate with your internet pack, bundle it, and give it to them. So these are certain, you can give it just as a platform, or you can bundle some OTT apps, basic OTT apps, which we can give it to the customers where, you are at par to the Geos and Airtels of the world. Now, this is a very revolutionary tool what we have developed for those ISPs. So every ISP, we will generate one QR code, and that QR code you can print and distribute in your area. You can print it, you can give it to the the local shops, and then you can just put those. The moment somebody comes and downloads this particular through a QR code, automatically our our CRM will detect which area it has come from, and that particular data this is like a QR code where he will just download from the Play Store, and from that QR code you will understand which area it is coming from. So suppose, for example, there is one area in UP, for example, and then I will come to know this particular QR code belongs to that particular ISP. This particular data ISP can see, then he can see whether he's my internet customer or he's not my internet customer. So he has got an opportunity to upsell. He can go to him, he can sell his internet, he can sell this Playbox as aggregation app. So this becomes a tool for their upsell, saying that you have to increase the penetration on that area for the ISPs. This is a fantastic tool, because this is just a QR per the ISP. Every ISP will get this QR code, and that QR code, the moment he downloads Playbox TV, he will get an MIS saying that this person has downloaded your Playbox TV and app, and he belongs to your area. So he can go, he can resell, he can upsell, he can do whatever he wants to do about that. So onboarding of the customer becomes easier. So this is a tool which we can develop. So we can give you as a service, cyber security as a service. That is also one of the this thing, and these are the products for the security services. So this is for the ISP, which is a very interesting tool where I can give you exact pattern of your traffic. You have, let's say, 100 gigs of traffic, but do you know on that traffic what is really going on? I can show you. So this is I have done on Microscan AS number. This is the run test on the Microscan number, where I can 31 AS numbers, which is we are peers, which we are already peers on the transit kind of stuff. These are the traffic which is on our our AS number. If you see the 3,346 TB of transit traffic, out of that 315 TB can be moved to direct peering. Now understand this, when I was doing this, I was thinking my entire peering traffic is direct peering, but it is not. So I could reduce this 9.5% of transit traffic with this report, whereas I could see because my total traffic is around 120 gig of ILL traffic, I could save around 10 to 12 gigs of the fiber, for the IPA transit, by doing very small step of doing direct peering with few customers. I'll just show you the next slide. These are my traffic. If you see, OVH is having like 2.3% traffic of this thing, but OVH is not giving direct peering. So we approach to OVH, we approach to ZenLayer, and then we can find out that this traffic can be reduced by doing a direct peering. So these are the certain tools which we can give to the ISPs, where you can save your IP transit traffic cost, and this will give you a better visibility of the entire this thing. So this is a traffic pattern of Microscan which we have done from 15th April to 15 to 30th April, and what we could see is we could save around 10 to 12 GB of the data. 10 to 12 ILL traffic, GB traffic. And then also we can see that a lot of smaller ISP struggle for giving the term cell audit reports. This software can automate all your reports which is to be given to the term cell. What happens is they have number of requirements from the term cell. What are the IPv4? What are the IPv6? What is the traffic which is generated on each VLAN? So there are so many standard format. So what we have done is we have figured out that format. This is based on AI. It will capture the data from our core router, and it will fill into the particular system. And it will give you an Excel sheet where the DOT term cell, what is the format of that particular Excel sheet. So this will fetch the data from the system. There is no manual intervention, because earlier what I used to do is I have to keep 2 people just to monitor the traffic. They used to just write, they used to tag, and then they used to put it into Excel sheet, where we have started atomizing the entire term cell audit report, whichever we have to give it to yearly basis. So this is a good advantage for all ISPs, whether the focus will be on business, not for because this is through AI which we are getting the traffic from the core router. Now we were talking about IPv4, IPv6, right? So you see, this is the traffic which we generate on the Microscan network. So if you see 32,534 IPv4, this is mainly because of the NATing. We were talking about NATing, we were talking about IPv6, IPv4, but this is mainly because of the NATing. And if you see IPv6, we are still at 6,95,000. But these are the unique addresses, unique IP addresses which has been fetched the traffic from 1st to 30th of April. So this is how we will, every ISP also can understand what is the IPv4 traffic on their network, and what is the IPv6 network on their network. So that's the another this thing. And another point is I just want to highlight one small thing. Here we also can figure it out. This is just a peers, but we also can give you exact details how much Netflix traffic is going on your network, how much Amazon traffic is going on your network, how much Sony traffic is going on your network. And very recent, I mean, in near future, just a month away, we are also integrating this with the Chat GPT, and that Chat GPT in this particular, the platform, you can just type, what is my Netflix use per day? It will give you the answer. It will fetch the data from system. It will give you in a graphical condition. So you don't need to go to the system, see which is Netflix AS number and what is the traffic which is coming on. It is purely automated. It is going to a Chat GPT, and that Chat GPT will give you exact answers of wherever. See, if you see these are the total peering traffics. Now, even in this peering traffic, I can give you each peer what is the traffic which is going on your network. You are just an internet service provider. No, we are a solution service provider. You take as this particular value-added services with your internet and give it to the customer. So this will give you a more stickiness, no matter how your network is, how good your network is, but unless and until you have a value-added services, you will not able to survive. Thank you so much for giving me time and listening to me.